Hello everybody, how's it going? It's me, Carl Skree. I hope you're all well, and welcome to War Thunder. Yes, I'm playing War Thunder. It seems like an eternity since I last did a War Thunder video on this channel. So I thought, well, you know, might as well. If the large crow outside my window will shut up for a few minutes. Anyway, the Battle of Atlantic is going on. It's a trial mode, effectively. You've got the type, what's that types? God, I'm hopeless with Roman numerals. I absolutely hate Roman numerals, and I don't understand why all military vehicles have to have Roman numerals in them, because it just frustrates me. 7, there we go, 7. Stupid system that I despise. Anyway, Type 7 U-boat, or you can play the Americans, which I don't understand why the Americans are the first choice for this, for the Atlantic convoy. I mean, yes, the Americans did partake in the Atlantic convoys, but not until 1942. You know, it wasn't... Well, I guess actually having the Americans makes more sense, because you're more likely going to sink them, because they were absolutely hopeless, because they wouldn't follow the British doctrine, and they basically just said, oh, we'll sail in a straight line and get sunk, because we're idiots. But why not have the British? I mean, we've got a fantastic British tech tree in there. It would make much more sense to have British ships in there. You could have tribal class destroyer, even earlier, you know, V classes in there. We've actually got some good ships that would historically be fantastic for it. In the what are they called? Thingies, the corvettes. You know, like, we've got flower classes, we've got isle classes. You know, we've got corvettes, and historically that would make more sense. It would be kind of cool having the corvettes going out with the destroyer. You know, have a destroyer and a corvette. You know, that would be kind of cool. But no, instead we get a frigate and a destroyer. You know, and just goddamn Gaijin. They still manage to annoy me with every decision they make. Anyway, yeah, you got the Fletcher or the Tacoma. As I said, a frigate. I'm just like, why have a frigate? And you know, Fletcher class, it's a bit too modern for the kind of convoys they're doing. Yes, Fletchers did participate in it, but generally for more of the convoy duties, you just had whatever destroyers were laying around, you know. But anyway, let us get on and let's jump into a subclub marine and do this, I guess. So I have played a couple of the ship battles, and the submarines seem to be really struggling in the battles. Like, they get absolutely murderized, because look at all the people wanting to play the subs. I mean, yeah, obviously you want to play the subs because they're new and shiny, but come on guys, jump onto the other side. Like, the submarines just get absolutely trounced because, well, they're in close combat and they are submarines. They don't really have much defense against a destroyer and a frigate. At least with a corvette, it's a slow moving target, it would be somewhat sporting. But anyway, here we go. So I imagine Q and E are your depth gauges. Let's start downhill. So you've got 20 and a 37mm deck gun, which is good. Not that you're going to really be able to use it, because, as I said, it's such a close spawning location that you don't really have a chance to get anywhere in advance. Like, I'm just going to launch some fish in the early stage here and try and get a couple of those Liberty ships done. So submarine, as I said, we've got 37mm and 2 twin 20mm guns on the deck. We've got radar, lots of things. Anyway, let us try and actually get the hell out of Dodge a little bit. We're going to try and actually get away a bit from the enemy destroyer and frigate. So the other thing as well is the torpedoes. Only have 2 kilometre range on them, which is a bit daft really, because, well, it's not very far, 2 kilometres. So those torpedoes will launch won't do anything.
The enemy's getting closer to
So
victory.
we have to use our periscope to get aimed view, which is fair enough. The actual aiming mechanic is pretty decent, so you actually have to hover over the ship and just do your range finding on it until it calculates, and then it will actually give you an attack bearing, and it will also give you the marker for the torpedoes if you're in range, so it will actually give you that white marker. Otherwise you just have to guesstimate it, which is really, really neat in a way, because, you know, that's kind of fun. It would be cool if they actually had the proper actual aiming mechanic. You know, you have to line up the 2 ship images to give you the positioning, but, you know, obviously they don't want to have the stereoscopic aiming tool. Alright, let's start turning in on these convoys. Let's dive.
Attention to the map.
So, we have dove. Let's start turning in. So, we should be somewhat in range of some of these. That was lucky. I'm glad I did dive, because otherwise that torpedo would have probably smacked into me. So let's get in range of these Liberty ships.
The enemy is winning. We've got to counterattack.
Quite a few destroyers over there. Still out of range. We should probably go for the closest target. Almost in range of this one. Stop moving your mouse off of them. So, you know, it gives you the... It's kind of like a light version of a torpedo simulator. You know, it is kind of cool in a way, but it is a bit crap. So, we'll try to spread. Start turning in to get some more of these Liberty ships. Our tubes are reloading. ship. 3 torpedo hits, that should be going down. Gotta wait for our torpedoes to reload now. And
If we don't do something fast, the
I don't
enemy
see any
will
enemy
win.
ships near us on the map, so that's some good news. I'm just turn into this convoy bit. And just hope that no aeroplanes come over the top of us, because not much you can do at this depth with an aeroplane. I guess we could try and sail ahead of the convoy and launch some mines out of our butt, but again, not much point. Now, the other thing as well I've noticed is you get no points for sinking the convoys, which is dumb in so many ways, because the whole point of this event is to sink convoy ships. That's the torpedo tubes, guys.
Ziel identifiziert. Marineschiff. 2000 Meter. Ein Ruderhahn Backbord. Ziel identifiziert. Marineschiff.
So
3000 Meter.
these will be our next targets.
Ein Ruder auf 9. Ziel identifiziert. Marineschiff. 320. 1000
Those bloody
Meter.
torpedo tubes and guns. We've got some juicy targets here, boys.
Ruder
Tubes
Steuerbord.
are reloaded.
Steuerbord steuern.
And
Ruder Backbord. Ein Backbord steuern.
aim one ahead a little bit. Hopefully to hit the one behind. Shoot out.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
Out. So we should be 2 on this ship here.
Direkte Treffer.
Good, that worked. I think we got the ship behind.
Feind vernichtet. Volles Backbord.
Okay, let's go for
Ziel
this target here.
identifiziert. Marineschiff. 2000 Meter. Heilige Drängung.
Swing her around a bit. That should be about the position, I reckon.
Ziel identifiziert.
Next up,
Marineschiff. 320. 2000 Meter.
set some fish free. And this will be our next target. So, as a submarine, you don't really have much defense against a destroyer or a frigate, obviously. You know, you are a very easy target for
Ziel identifiziert. Marineschiff.
enemy warships, like
1000 Meter.
that destroyer,
Ziel
for
identifiziert.
example.
Zerstörer. 360. 2000 Meter.
Chaser. So that destroyer is coming in pretty damn quickly.
Feindliches Temporell. Feindliche Drängung und Geschwindigkeitsverlust.
And I'll launch a couple on that Liberty ship before we get
Feindliches Schiff versenkt.
sunked.
Ruder Steuerbord. Ein Steuerbord steuern.
And let's dive,
Bis zur Tiefe von 120 Meter.
try and get launch a couple of mines, because I imagine that destroyer is coming for us.
Direkter Treffer.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Erreicht. 80 Meter.
crush depth at the moment. We know there's a destroyer above us. Let's do some emergency repairs.
Schadenkontrolle beginnen. Bis zur Tiefe von 60 Meter. 60 Meter!
But we are pretty much, we're not safe, but we are at good depth to hopefully avoid any depth charges coming our way. Of course, we can't see what's going on above us, so we are very much
Ruder auf Null.
oh, that's a destroyer up there. We've got a destroyer right above us. And we got too deep. Oopsie doodle. Which we weren't that deep, so I don't know how we got crushed out there, but oh well, whatever. As somebody just pointed out, it is BS. Like, it's so hard to do anything because the enemy destroyers are just so strong. And you don't really have any defense. So it does make it very uninteresting for gameplay mechanics. Like, you don't really have that much you can do other than try and get a torpedo launch, but it's very easy for them to dodge it. One of the best options is laying mines, because that's going to give you a good chance of actually sinking an enemy destroyer, because I may get lucky here actually. This guy doesn't change his course, which he did. One good hit here and we can take out that destroyer, but as I say, very tricky to do. Although we did it. Nice. And we've got another destroyer right there. Well, we just got caught by a castle, and again, you get no real warning for that, so it's very hard to really decide what's going on. Do you want to take bombs or torps? Bombs. Good. We're going to do a bombing run on the convoy. Get some altitude. Although we're probably going to get struck by an errant bit of flak. I'm not understanding how This is the problem though, is you start so close to the enemy, you can't really do anything as a submarine to avoid it. You are basically just hoping that the enemy does not spot you. See any of these enemy ships, which is not always a thing to do. Yeah, that will happen. But yeah, it's very... the balance is not great. You know, and... so we need to rise here a bit to get... oh, no, that's not good. Go. We're about to die. Suicide us. No, we managed to survive. We managed to die because we've got a lot of enemy ships coming towards us. Let us dive out of here because we've got a Catalina coming in for a strike. But yeah, it's very poorly done, this event. Like, it's not exactly fun as a submarine because you just, as I say, you just basically are there to be cannon fodder to the enemy ships. We've got bloody guns here.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
So yeah, you really don't have much chance to do anything. And, you know, as I said, like, submarines will work in War Thunder. Like, obviously they're just testing it out and doing a bit of a trial run. You know, so submarines will absolutely work as a mechanic. But not in this sort of scenario where you are in basically knife fighting range to enemy ships, because a submarine cannot really do much to defend itself against destroyers. And, you know, it just doesn't really work. So as a fun little event, it's nice for a quick play around in. But as an actual game mode, this doesn't really work. So let's quickly look at player statistics. And, like, as I said, you don't get any reward for sinking the enemy, the convoy ships, which I don't understand. It makes no sense. Why? You know, like, that should be the primary target for the submarines, and it should be just down to the destroyers to try and protect them. So as I said, this event is a bit balked, but I mean, it's fun to play for a couple of matches. You can have some really fun little moments in it, but it's not great. And yeah, and plus, like, getting the actual rewards, score 1500 mission score. It's a slog, you know. It's a fair slog, you know, especially for the submarines. Like half that, and add on the, like, if you're playing this to get the rewards, don't go for the mission score. Don't go for the convoy ships, because you're not going to get any reward for them. You have to go for player ships or planes. Like, that's it. So I think I've done about 3 or 4 battles as the ships. I'm still not at 1500. It's a slog, and it's not really that fun or interesting, you know. And I mean, you get some decals and a buoy and a floaty boat and a new thing. It's not worth it. The time sink involved, it gets boring after a couple of matches. So, you know, unless you really enjoy mindless grinding, then yeah, don't worry about it. So yeah, that's it. And it would be nice if they actually had the sub in the tech tree, just so you could see it, and actually, because the model is beautiful. Like, that's the thing that frustrates me with War Thunder. It's like the model work, the actual ships, the designs, everything looks so pretty, and it is really nice and looks great, but you know, you barely get to actually enjoy the actual models. Like, you know, let us actually go for a proper tour of them and get proper looks at them and things like that, because that would be really fun. I know there are a couple of like mods that let you actually do walk-arounds and actually explore things, but the U-boat's not actually part of the area where we can go, so it just, yeah, typical Gaijin. Anyway, that's it, I guess, for this video. I might do some more War Thunder. Who knows? It may happen. Pigs may fly. But I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will be back with some more content later on. I've just been a little bit slow recently due to medical issues, so content has been a little bit hard to make, unfortunately. So it has taken a toll on me, but hopefully I'll be back for some more stuff later. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.